Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hello, my name is Ev, and on this channel we love to talk about knits, whips, yarn acquisition. Forgot my intro. On this channel we love to talk about knits, whips, yarn acquisitions, and all things fiber related. I am so happy to have you guys here with me today. It is a lovely, warm, sunny day here in Vancouver, and it actually feels like summer outside. So why are we here today? Well, we're here for another Knits and Babbles, where I babble, talk to you guys about cast on, my cast offs, just everything I did in the month basically that's knitting related. And I think now we are at part 4. Over on YouTube, I started listing these as a podcast. So instead of having them in a playlist, they are under one podcast. I don't know if that changes anything for you guys. I'm actually kind of curious. If it makes it easier to watch, you can watch them in order and they are all listed in the same place. So let's hop right to it. And I keep staring outside because it is so gorgeous and I just want to go knit in the park. Maybe we'll do that later. This month was a little bit of a fluke for me. It was a little bit of a weird, just weird. I kind of lost the knitting mojo this month. I just felt like nothing I was casting on had any meaning. So I unraveled a lot. I casted on different stuff. Basically, I feel like none of my projects actually went the way I wanted them to. And because nothing was going the way I wanted it to, nothing got done. It's okay, because we will have months like that, but that is totally fine because this is what knitting is all about. It takes time, and basically it's not just the end product that counts, it's what you learn when you knit them. First off, I just want to share with you guys, I got this gorgeous mug. I love it because it is huge, but it is really cute, and I would turn it around, but I have lipstick all on the side. And it came with a little plate. So it's like a tea mug. It has coffee in it right now, but it's like a tea mug with like a little cute flower plate. Been using it a lot. Let's start off with the finished products. I finished 2 knits, 2.5. It's almost 3. The first one that I finished, you guys probably can tell, but it is actually my wraparound tank top. I will put a video right here. And this one has been in the works for quite some time now. I did do one modification from the previous one. So I have it right here. This was the original design that I knit up last year. So this is the 2022 version. This would be the 2023. And I kind of like it. This is knit up with different yarn. This is a superwash merino with nylon. And then this was a knit crate yarn. If I'm right, this has cotton, linen, and viscose. It just feels a lot rougher and thicker because of the linen and the cotton and possibly the viscose. It just has a smaller bow at the back. And honestly, this one, I've never actually blocked it, and I probably should. I actually really like it, and I kind of just wanted to make a different collar and a thicker band at the bottom, which I did. And by knitting this one up, because the yarn was different, it kind of reacted a little bit differently. So it didn't have as much structure as this one. So for the back, for the straps to work and to have a little bit more structure, I added a bar, which is a plus because now, hopefully in the video I shoot later, it also covers my bra, so I can actually wear a bra and not just have to like figure out something to hide the nips, which I think I will in turn add to this one, just like a bar, because I do have a little bit of the wool left. What is amazing with this tank top is that it ended up just using one skein. Like this, I caked this one up in anticipation to need it. When I was doing the collar, I didn't even touch this. It is just caked up now. Basically, I can actually make a pair of socks that match this tank top. This yarn is the Emily C. Gillies Sprig yarn. It is 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon, and runs 425 meters. This tank top, I did want to make a pattern, but what I'm thinking is to make it a bit different, because basically it needs to be built really to size to fit properly, like in the armholes and around the body. So I would make a pattern, but at the same time I kind of feel like making it, but also in the instructions being like, knit this to your size, like try it on, measure it, because I did have to do like these were knit up with the same pattern in idea, but I did, because of the yarn, I did need to make some alteration from this one to this one. I am thinking about writing a pattern. I already did have some people message me and saying that they wanted to test knit it, which is amazing. and I will definitely hit you guys up. So this is the Sprig wraparound tank top. So the next thing I want to share with you guys is another finished product, another finished knit basically, and I had originally had the idea of making this its own video of start to finish, just a week of knitting, because that's basically how long this took me. It took me a couple days. And it is actually this rug. I asked you guys over on Instagram about like color palettes and which stripes I should do, and some of you guys, because originally as I was knitting it up, these two were swapped, the sage green and this green. So it was sage green white, forest green white, sage green white, and then more apple green and forest green. So if you guys are curious, this is a rug, and it is the, maybe I can post a video right here, a better video of it. This is the loop rug from Pearl Soho. It is supposed to be knit up with cotton worsted weight yarn, and I held 2 cotton yarns together, fingering weight, to make this, and I kind of like the 2 colors. One reason why, I just wish it was bigger, but I don't have any more yarn. This is literally the only cotton yarn in these colors that I have. So that is one reason why I feel meh about it. I originally wanted to put this in my bathroom as a giant rug. It's not that big. So basically right now it is at my balcony entrance. The knit was actually really fun to do, and I highly recommend you guys try out this pattern if you have a bunch of cotton worsted weight yarn. And the loop, it's an interesting way to do the loop. You basically wrap the yarn around your finger as you knit it so that it creates like this loop. The last thing I knit up this month was actually this sock. The yarn is from Lily and Pine, and the sock is a pattern from the 52 weeks of socks. I showed part of this in my last Knits and Babbles. Was being knit up, but now it is fully done, and I actually love this sock so much, and I'm currently working on the second one. It has this beautiful detailed on the front. This is knit up with a gusset heel. Now I gave you guys my opinion all about gusset heels and what is it called? German short row heels. I gave you guys my opinion on German short row heels and gusset heel, and if you guys want to hear more about it, check out my video. There is also a tutorial on how to do German short row heels there. Because I tried to post a picture over on Instagram, it ended up looking like a weird beanie bag. I decided to finally invest and get myself some sock blockers. So these ones are the bigger ones, and then it came with 3 different sizes. And what I think about doing is actually knitting up some socks, but also maybe hanging some socks on my wall around the clean, unworn socks, basically. The wall, I think that would be really, really cute. So these came in 3 different sizes. It also comes with this drying hook. It took me so long to finally get them because I kept fighting, deciding if I should get handmade wooden ones or metal ones. I just thought that metal would be more practical. They're not as pretty for sure. They're airier, and the yarn has a less chance of snagging against the holder. I did another yarn acquisition. I did purchase this book. This is the Knitting Handbook, 8 Schools of Modular Knitting. And the reason why I got it is basically because of this shirt at the back. I really, really want to knit this. It is knit up with mohair, so I think that might wait till the fall. It is getting warm out, and if I make an entirely mohair sweater, well, shirt, be a little warm. I actually really, really like, for example, actually, let me just show you some pictures here. I actually really, really like the sweater in it, and there is this little wraparound kind of sweater vest as well that I would actually really like. What's really interesting with this is the way they use color and how they basically knit up their sweaters. If I'm correct, these are all garter stitch knits, which is also very interesting. And yeah, they make some cute little pillows, and it's just a different way to knit, different way to think about working up a project and a design. This is also the first one that I see with an actual circle design, which is really interesting. You don't really see many circles in knitting. So I got this book, and I thought that it would be perfect for summer to cast on some projects. Something else that I have casted on, let me just finish the row. So in my moving in video where I organized all of my yarn, I shared with you guys that I got some Knitting for Olive merino in this lovely forest green and some Biche and Bûche yarn, the mohair, the mulberry silk mohair. But I casted it on my sweater as I was doing a Harry Potter marathon, and this is all that I knit up during the marathon, which is kind of crazy. That is 7 movies. I think I looked it up and it was 20 hours. This was basically almost only knit up during the marathon. Oh, it is all on one cable, so it might be a little bit small to see, and the yarn is kind of dark. So now I don't know how well you guys can see this, but basically I worked up a back panel. This is a half twisted rib stitch I will be doing for the full sweater. I've never actually seen a sweater done in twisted rib. Also, so far this only used up about one skein, which is actually really impressive. I worked up the back panel first and then picked up the stitches for the shoulder and continued front and attached it. So right now I am currently working on the front panel and I will knit it up to be about the same length as the back. I also am doing some little, I'm hoping that this will be more noticeable when I wash and block it, but there is actually a little bit of a design going on the little cross, because if you guys remember, this is the sweater that I am basing it off of. I'm basically taking the body measurement of that sweater and trying to do something a little bit different. And the mulberry silk mohair from Biche & Buche is probably my favorite mohair ever. It is so soft and the fibers are really, really long, but at the same time they're very delicate and it just feels really, really nice. Not the fuzziest mohair, but it's a little bit more subtle and I kind of like that about it, and it's actually really, really soft. It's a little bit, I think, on the pricier side. If I remember correctly, I think these run up $15 this skein. So for mohair and to pair it with something else, like this one was $9 and then $15 and then I needed $5, like it quickly builds up. But I am super, super happy with the sweater and I can't wait. Now this is what I was kind of saying about like designing your own stuff. I've been working on that now for 3 weeks, and I was working on this one, which was also a self-design. Now this one I needed to rework the bands, needed to unravel. That one there was quite a bit of unraveling to do at some points. I think is where my mojo kind of just like dipped a little, which is why I did the rug. It was the only project that I knit with a pattern this month. So that is it for the knitting portion. Wow. But on the plus side, I have some great, amazing news. If you guys remember this yarn, this is the Gazelle Giza Mat. So I lost my crochet stick. It is somewhere. But I am starting crochet. I am actually, last video I shared with you guys 15 projects to cast on in spring, and I have casted one of them on. It is this. I'm actually thinking about making a video for my first crochet experience ever from start to end. If you guys are really interested in that, please let me know down below. This is the HOSTA bag. Now, can't you see? Doesn't it look cute? Yeah, so I have casted on the HOSTA bag as my first crochet project ever. Some of you guys might say this is a little bit ambitious, and it is. I've restarted it 4 times already. And if that video ever does come out, you guys will see that I am using the Gazelle Giza Mat. I have 4 skeins of these, which should be more than enough. And what I plan on doing at the end is dyeing it, because I actually don't really like this yellow. And I think any darker yellow or green would work. I did buy some green dye at Vancouver Granville Island a couple months ago, and I've never used it yet. So I think that this would make a perfect project for that. So I'm gonna knit it up and then I'm gonna dye it. Hopefully that will be a video, because I think crochet items are fun, exciting. So this was the month of April. Thank you guys so much for watching. This was so much fun, and let me know what you guys are working on in the comment section down below. And as always, please like, comment, turn on the notifications. I think last time I checked, only about 1% of you guys have my notifications turned on, and only about 30% of people that are watching are actually subscribed, which is pretty low. So if you guys want to do me a favor, please like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys have a lovely weekend, as I hopefully will too here. And I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!